Good morning, everybody. It is Sunday, September 22nd. We're out in the yard checking out things, and we'll get in the greenhouse as well. It's currently 41 degrees outside, so it's a bit chilly out. Okay, before we head down into the greenhouse, just want to show you something. We've pulled all the weeds right here and put down some tarp and a couple of plants that will grow low to the ground, but really wide to cover most of this area. And we also did it on this side, so that was basically 2 days of pretty hard work to get that cleaned up. So now we'll go ahead and head on down into the greenhouse. So for me, the reason I'm doing these videos is so I can kind of track the progress of my trees and plants. It's kind of fun for me to look back a year ago and see how tiny all these little trees were that are in here. To me, that's exciting. But I'm also looking for a project in this underground greenhouse. I'm hoping this winter I'm going to have a little time to get in here and maybe put in some trays or something so we can get some plants growing in here. I'm also considering heating it, so I'm not sure how I'm going to go about that. We do have electrical down here. So anyways, if you have any great ideas, I would love to hear them. The whole point of this was just to have a big fun experiment. So that being said, I sell real estate, and this last week I've sold several properties, and so I've been so busy I haven't even been able to look at my garden or the greenhouse. So this update will be a giant surprise today. So let's go take a look. Okay, so here's that peach tree I've been worried about. Doesn't look like it's handling the fall too good. We got the orange tree here. It still looks like it's growing strong and doing well. The grapefruit tree. Once again, I don't see it really growing, but it looks like it's healthy. This peach tree, I need to get it out of here. It's taking up too much space, and it's blocking my little orange tree over here. And I have a feeling that's why this tree isn't growing like the other orange tree. Got the lemon tree here, and my favorite little crooked lime tree. And let's check up on these limes here. You can see there's one right there. It's doing nicely. And then we got this guy right here as well. They are still growing, which is great. I'm just hoping they can keep growing enough before winter hits and it gets too cold in here. All right, lastly, I've got these two lily kois here. I just trimmed them. I'm gonna have to move these guys inside pretty soon before it gets too cold in here. So this morning I thought I'd give you all a little view of our property. We have 2 acres here. We've only landscaped about 1 acre, but you can see back here behind me, that's gonna be the garden boxes. Back through here, you got some raspberry bushes back right there. If we spin this way, you got the greenhouse behind me. So this is the area we just barely put the tarp down on. And then of course here you can see the greenhouse. I'm standing right next to the roof here. If you come behind me here, you can see we just landscaped this portion down here as well, putting down the tarp. Planted a few new plants back here, got a pine tree, and then you can see just back along the rear of our property here, we've got about 250 trees and bushes planted on this property, so it's a lot of work to keep them all alive. But anyways, that's our property. So now we'll just go check out the garden real quick. As far as the peach trees and apple trees, there will be no more updates on those for the rest of the year. We've eaten all the peaches and no apples grew this year, so really nothing more to report over there. Let's look at the garden. Okay, starting with the pepper bushes, you can see doing pretty good there. Those guys are looking good. Got some green peppers over here growing. Here's the celery. So it looks like this little watermelon's ready to go. That one doesn't really seem to be growing much either, so I'm not sure if that's gonna make it. I'm gonna come over here and check out this zucchini or cucumber plant. See if there's anything growing on it still. Come around over here and drop down low. Okay, so, well, I got the one growing, but look what's happening when you look at the bottom of it. So basically I might as well just pull that off and throw it in the garbage can. It looks like the squash bugs won this year because we're not getting anything new. The new one that was growing in here, what happened to it too? It's pretty much garbage. So anyways, got a new flower there, but it's so late in the season, I'm thinking we might just have to burn that bush to the ground. And the reason we'd burn it, obviously, is to destroy any of the eggs from the squash bugs, because they just seem to be coming back year after year. So hopefully this year, by burning the bushes, we can get rid of that problem. And then here's our sunflower, looking sad and droopy. We're gonna see, last year our sunflower didn't do anything, and so this year, looking at it from the bottom, I'm guessing it's not gonna do anything again. But anyways, that's we'll keep you posted on that. Okay, checking out the tomato plants, you can see the cherry tomatoes are still producing way faster than we can eat them. Pretty awesome though. And then we got another cherry tomato plant over here that is also producing well. And then over here we have our normal tomatoes, and you can see that we are finally starting to get some color here. So hopefully we'll have some large tomatoes here pretty soon. Okay, behind me here you see the raspberry and blackberry bushes, and we actually get more raspberries than we can eat. So I'm gonna pick some this morning, but the one thing with raspberries and blackberry bushes, they start popping up in your lawn and everywhere else. So if you plant them, just be aware that they will grow everywhere. So I wish I had tried to keep them contained better, but too late for that. Oh yeah, see, we got a whole bunch under there. And with raspberries, they'll just fall off when you grab them, and that's how you know they're pretty much ready to go. These super dark ones, they're ready to go as well, but you can see how beautiful those look. I could eat those right now. So here, once again, a few weeks ago, we talked about hornets when I almost got stung and how they love to eat the blackberries. And it's heartbreaking to me because the blackberries are my absolute favorite. Like when I pick them off of here, they are so sweet. But I'm gonna turn the camera on and show you what these hornets are doing. Here's some more destroyed. So here's proof of what I was talking about. I was over here picking some raspberries, and in here, if you look closely, here is some video evidence of what's happening with these hornets eating the raspberries and the blackberries. I'm trying to get stung, but you can see this guy just hanging out in here like a little jerk. Well, many of you have been subscribed to my channel for well over a year now, and I've never really shown you my yard. I've already shown you kind of from the greenhouse, but I'm gonna actually show you the fire pit area as well today. The trees are finally starting to grow. When you plant 250 trees and bushes, you can't afford to buy the big ones. So a lot of these are just tiny little plants that have started to finally grow. So I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you really quick. So once again, if you look that direction, you're seeing my underground greenhouse right there at the back of where this wall kind of ends here. You come along here, behind us we have 5-acre properties and a horse trail. And you come over here and it's gonna lead you to our fire pit area. So come around this way. That little pine tree there I've had for about 6 years. It's finally starting to grow. And then you can see here into the fire pit area. So hopefully in several years, these trees and bushes will get nice and big and make this fire pit area feel very secluded. That's kind of the plan here. And then it just goes out here to the road. And then if you look over here, of course, you can see the apple trees and the peach trees. Thanks for watching. Please give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little red subscribe button down there, and we'll see you next week. Thanks.